Hello everyone. My name is Ryoko. This channel introduces things you should know about Japan and Japanese people for those who are interested in Japanese culture and customs, and those who are thinking about traveling to Japan. I provide information unique to Japan, such as culture, food, art, lifestyle, and tourism. Today's theme is Christmas. I'd like to talk about Christmas in Japan and why, despite being Japanese, we celebrate it. Christmas is an important event for Christians, so why has it become a national event in Japan, where Christians make up only 1% of the population? How does it reconcile with Japanese views on religion? There's actually a photo that really illustrates Japanese views on religion. You are looking at a photo of Christmas lights adorning both sides of the road. Similar lights are displayed in several places around Tokyo at this time of year, and they are very popular. So why does this photo represent Japanese people's views on religion? The answer lies in the location. This photo was taken in Omotesand. The nearest station is Harajuku Station, near Takeshita Street, which is popular among young people. Omotesand is a main street lined with world-renowned brand boutiques, high-end shops, and popular spots. It gives the impression of being more popular with young people than Ginza. This is how Omotesand is written in kanji. Omote means front. If there is a front, there can also be a back. Back is written in kanji as ra, and there is a path called ra-sand. So what is a sand? A sando is the path that worshippers walk from the torii gate or gate of a shrine or temple to the worship hall or main hall. As the center of the sando is considered the path for gods and Buddhas to walk, it is common to avoid the center and walk on the side when praying. So, where does this road lead? It's Meiji Shrine. Approximately 3 million people visit during the 3 days of the new year every year, making it the most visited shrine in Japan. I think the main reason is that all of these shrines are easily accessible from the Tokyo metropolitan area. Fushimi Nari Taisha is located in the heart of Kyoto. Of course, Meiji Shrine is not the most prestigious shrine. By the way, the most prestigious is Tse Grand Shrine in Mie Prefecture, followed by Tsumo Taisha in Shimane Prefecture. Tse Grand Shrine receives approximately 8 million visitors a year, while Tsumo Taisha receives approximately 2 million. Looking at the rankings above, we can see that each shrine exceeds the number of visitors that Tsumo Taisha receives in a year in just 3 days. Let's return to Omotesand. This road leads to Meiji Shrine, and is an important path that connects people with the gods. Usually, approach paths have torii gates, but Omotesand does not have any. Instead, there are large lanterns on both sides of the entrance. If you continue walking from there, you will find lanterns on both sides of an area called Jingume. Incidentally, Jingume means in front of the shrine. In other words, both sides of the road leading to Meiji Shrine are decorated with Christmas lights. And no one seems to find it strange. Imagine this happening overseas. If non-believers were to decorate a religious facility with decorations of a different religion, it would definitely provoke a major dispute. What's more, these decorations are being put up by the local shopping district. The people who are supposed to manage and protect this road are taking the initiative to decorate. As it's a public road, the police have given permission to use it. What's more, the shrine hasn't said anything, they may have obtained permission in advance, and the gods have accepted and forgiven it. This one photograph shows the flexible religious views of the Japanese people, and the tolerance of Japan's gods. In Japan, Christmas decorations start going up as soon as Halloween is over and November begins. This is a little early, isn't it? In America, Christmas preparations begin after Thanksgiving. What's more, in Japan, people start taking down their trees early too. They're taken down by December 26th. In many countries, Christmas trees stay up until the end of the year, so many people might think this is too early. The reason is that now they have to decorate for New Year. New Year's decorations are a Shinto ritual, and they change all at once in one night. Before that, on December 31st, they also go to the temple. Temples are Buddhist. Japanese people are too flexible when it comes to religion, which makes them busy. If you come to Japan at this time, from the end of December through January, you'll have Christmas, New Year's Eve, and New Year's in a row, so I think you'll be able to experience Japanese culture in a very packed 2 weeks. Now, let's take a look at how the Japanese people came to accept Christmas. First, let's start with its history. The introduction of Christianity to Japan began in 1549, when Jesuit missionary Francis Xavier landed in Kagoshima. It is said that the first Christmas celebration took place in Yamaguchi Prefecture in 1552, when missionaries invited Japanese believers to celebrate the Nativity. Subsequently, Tsutomu Hideyoshi and Tokugawa Ieyasu issued edicts banning Christianity. As a result, Christmas also came to a halt. However, it was secretly celebrated by the Dutch on Dejima, an artificial island in Nagasaki built as a trade gateway with the West. After the Edo period ended and the Meiji Restoration began, the new government continued to ban Christianity, but following criticism and backlash from other countries, the ban was lifted in 1873. During the Meiji period, Christmas was reintroduced with the adoption of Western culture. Japanese people began to see foreigners living in port cities celebrating Christmas, and the custom of giving gifts began to spread. In 1900, Meidi-ya, a Yokohama-based store, opened a store in Ginza and began selling Christmas goods, helping to popularize Christmas. The catalyst for the spread of Christmas in Japan was the death of Emperor Taeish on December 25, 1926. December 25 was later designated as the Taeish Emperor Festival and became a national holiday, further promoting the Christmas tradition. Today, Japan is one of the few countries that does not celebrate Christmas as a national holiday, but for 21 years, from 1927 to 1947, Christmas was a holiday. Around 1950, the baby boom generation caused an explosive increase in the number of children. It is said that around this time, Fujiya created the prototype for Japan's uniquely Japanese Christmas cake. After that, Christmas sales at department stores began to heat up, and Christmas became a well-established holiday in Japan. A white cake topped with fresh cream and strawberries is a Christmas staple in Japan. The combination of snow-white cream and red strawberries reminiscent of Santa Claus is captivating. The typical cake is a sponge cake spread with whipped cream or buttercream and decorated with sugar Santa Claus figures, Christmas trees, strawberries, and chocolates. However, what may seem strange to people overseas is that strawberries are a summer fruit. In Japan, strawberries are now widely available during the winter thanks to greenhouse cultivation and selective breeding. Also, since the association of cake with Christmas is not common in Western countries, some people wonder, why do Japanese people eat cake at Christmas? It is said that Christmas cake first became popular after being sold by Fujiya in 1910. The Christmas sales in 1952 sparked further widespread Christmas cake culture. Japanese cakes are often praised for their soft, light, and creamy texture. Since traditional Christmas cakes overseas are heavy and made with dried fruit, Japan's light and fluffy shortcake is a fresh treat and has been positively received as being delicious and innovative. Japanese shortcake is a light, soft sponge cake layered with fresh whipped cream and strawberries. Unlike some cakes in the West, it's not dense or heavy. In Japan, a shortcake usually means a soft, airy sponge cake filled with fresh whipped cream and topped with strawberries. The word short doesn't refer to size. It comes from the Old English baking term for a cake that's light and tender because of its high butter or fat content. Some countries overseas also celebrate Christmas with cake, but the types of cake vary slightly. Let's take a look at cakes from other countries. In France, there's the bûche de Noël. It's a roll cake shaped like a log. In French, Noël means Christmas, and bûche means tree, or log, so the name literally translates to Christmas tree. Its shape is reminiscent of a log or stump. In Germany, there's the Stahlen. It's a sweet bread made with a rich buttery dough and kneaded with dried fruit and nuts. It's eaten sliced a little each day leading up to Christmas. In Italy, there's the panettone. A dome-shaped bread kneaded with dried fruit. In the UK, there's the Christmas pudding. Fruit cake with dried fruit. I only had one bite once, but perhaps it didn't suit my palate, or perhaps the flavor was too much for my Japanese palate to handle. Maybe I was eating it wrong. One of the reasons Japanese Christmas cakes became widely known overseas was a news incident 2 years ago in which a crushed Christmas cake was delivered to a customer in Japan. Japanese consumers, outraged that the cakes they ordered and received were deformed, vented their anger on social media, posting photos along the way, sparking an uproar. The person in charge of the department store that sold the cake then held a televised press conference, offered a solemn apology, and offered a refund. This incident has apparently been reported overseas, and I'm curious to see how it's reacted overseas. I'm worried that people are laughing at Japan for making such a fuss over something as trivial as a cake, showing their strange national character. I also felt that this incident wouldn't warrant much media involvement, but bad news spreads quickly on social media, and it seems the media jumped on the bandwagon. Incidentally, I never order cakes delivered. Instead, I order from the same local cake shop every year and pick it up in person. There are many traditional dishes to celebrate Christmas around the world, but in Japan, the most popular Christmas menu item is undoubtedly chicken. While turkey is commonly eaten in Europe and the United States, turkey is difficult to obtain in Japan, and there are no ovens large enough to roast a whole turkey. As a result, chicken has become more popular instead. Partly due to an admiration for American culture, the custom of eating roast chicken legs at Christmas has become established in Japan. In 1974, KFC Japan launched its Kentucky Fried Chicken for Christmas campaign. The idea of eating fried chicken instead of turkey was a success, and the unique Japanese food culture of Christmas equals KFC was born. Furthermore, the Party Barrel, released in 1985, included a set of chicken, lasagna, cake, and more, and became a huge hit as the perfect item for Christmas parties. However, since it was difficult to obtain, requiring reservations well in advance or lining up on the day, it is not a staple for all Japanese people. It seems to be reserved for families with children, large families, and parties with friends. Most Japanese people either do not eat chicken or settle for the more readily available roast chicken. The reason why unique Japanese cultures such as Christmas cake and KFC chicken were born may be that Christmas did not have a religious background, and cultural or traditions were either absent or shallow, so it matched the Japanese people's desire for stability, which made them easily swayed by the initial marketing efforts. People from overseas seem to have the impression that Japanese Christmas trees are small. Fir trees are almost never used for Christmas trees in Japanese homes. They are assembled resin Christmas trees that are taken down and stored after the holiday, and the same ones are used again the following year. They are small because Japanese homes and rooms, as well as storage issues, mean that very large Christmas trees are not chosen. In other countries, many presents are placed under the Christmas tree. In Japan, Christmas presents are placed next to children's pillows. It's also common for children to only receive one present. In many homes, parents secretly place presents next to their children's pillows after they've gone to sleep. Children believe that Santa Claus delivers the presents, but they don't prepare cookies and milk for Santa or carrots for his reindeer like they do overseas. Japan doesn't have fireplaces or chimneys, so Santa Claus simply enters through the front door. And because it's Japan, people take off their boots when entering a room. Another Christmas product unique to Japan is the Christmas boot. It is a red boot-shaped container filled with sweets and other items. It is inspired by Christmas stockings overseas and has been given a Japanese twist. Christmas illuminations decorate cities, and the recent trend in popularity is toward blue and white. Reactions from overseas to these colors include, they're beautiful, but they lack warmth, and they don't have a strong religious impression. Christmas in Japan has always had little religious overtones. This is thought to be due to Japan's unique aesthetic sense. Why are Japanese Christmas illuminations blue? There are several cultural, technical, and aesthetic reasons for this. Christmas illuminations overseas are often red, green, and gold. These colors represent warmth, homeliness, and religious symbolism, due to images of flames and candles. The Japanese color, blue, embodies the Japanese aesthetic of being cool and elegant. In Japan, blue has long been a symbol of purity, tranquility, and refinement. Blue light evokes a sense of mystery, urbanity, and winter cold, and pairs well with images of snow and ice. While it's the opposite of Western sensibilities, Japanese sensibilities find it easy to create an atmosphere of quiet and beautiful winter. The invention of blue LEDs in the 1990s and 2000s was a breakthrough. Until then, red and green were easy to produce, but blue was difficult. Since the Japanese had invented the blue LED, the trend of "let's use blue while we are at it" spread rapidly. In other words, blue light is also a symbol of high-tech, new, and Japanese technology. From a commercial perspective, blue light is effective as a design element that suits the urban winter atmosphere. Blue light looks good in photos and night views, so it has become popular among commercial facilities and tourist destinations aiming to make their lights look good on Instagram. Blue stands out visually even in a crowd, and when combined with white or silver, it gives off a sense of luxury. Originally, there were few traditional or religious associations with Christmas colors, so it seems to have fit perfectly with the Japanese aesthetic sense. This time, I talked about Christmas in Japan, comparing it with other countries. Christmas in Japan was originally a Western celebration with a strong religious flavor, but Japan has nurtured it with its own unique interpretation, integrating it culturally and evolving it into a new form. Christmas in Japan is full of the charm of a uniquely Japanese celebration that values the joy and bonds between people rather than religious significance. Perhaps this speaks to the richness of Japanese culture, which has embraced diversity and flexibly adopted new cultures. Thank you for listening to me today. Now, please look forward to the next video.
Thank you, Ryoko. Hello everyone. This is Jay. From here on, I'll be providing some additional information. Christmas has no religious background in Japan and has been accepted superficially as a custom, so I've looked into some Christmas customs that are common knowledge overseas but not known in Japan. The first story is about the reindeer pulling Santa Claus sleigh. I don't think there are many Japanese people who can answer the question of how many reindeer there are. Most depictions in Japan show only 1 or 2 reindeer. The answer is 9. The original Christmas reindeer number was 8. It is said to have its roots in the Christmas poem, A Visit from St. Nicholas, which was published in an American newspaper in 1823. What's more, each of these 8 reindeer has a name. This poem is often recited around Christmas in homes, schools, and on television in English-speaking countries. As a result, all Western children know the reindeer's name. Furthermore, in the fairy tale, Rudolph, the Red-Nosed Reindeer, published in 1939, an additional reindeer named Rudolph is added to the original 8 reindeer, who plays an active role as the leader of the reindeer team. This later led to an animated film of the same name and a theme song, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which are known worldwide, but unfortunately have not reached Japan. The song, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, is sung in Japan, but the name, Rudolph, is not included in it. Next, why is Santa Claus's outfit red? It was the color of the bishop's robes worn by St. Nicholas, the bishop who is said to be the inspiration for Santa Claus, and was depicted in a variety of colors, including green and brown. It is said that an advertising illustration used in a Coca-Cola campaign in 1931 was the catalyst for establishing the current image of Santa in a red outfit. Why are Christmas trees fir trees? The fir tree used as a Christmas tree also symbolizes the tree of knowledge, which Adam and Eve were forbidden to approach in the Old Testament. Symbol of eternal life, evergreen trees, which do not lose their leaves even in winter, have long been considered symbols of eternal life and vitality. Symbol of the Trinity, the triangular shape of the fir tree symbolizes the Christian teaching of the Trinity. It is said that one of the reasons for the fir tree's popularity was that it was used in place of the tree of knowledge in the story of Adam and Eve in medieval plays. The star at the top of the tree is modeled after the Star of Bethlehem, which shone in the sky over Bethlehem, the city where Jesus Christ was born, and announced his birth to the three wise men. The round ornamental ball represents the forbidden fruit, the apple, the fruit of knowledge that Adam and Eve ate. The candy with the curled end is officially called a candy cane. It is a shepherd's staff. A shepherd's staff represents the spirit of mutual help, as it was used to pull back sheep that were in danger of straying from the flock. The hardness of the candy represents strong faith, and its J-shape when viewed upside down makes it look like the word Jesus. Candy canes are characterized by their colorful stripes, which are said to represent the blood that Jesus Christ shed on the cross. Furthermore, the pine cones represent the fir tree that saved the Virgin Mary, and the bells represent the bells that announced the birth of Christ. The angel symbolizes the Archangel Gabriel, who delivered the Annunciation. The ribbon represents wishes for eternal love and bonds, and tying it tightly is said to strengthen these wishes. Human-shaped ginger cookies and sweets containing ginger have long been believed to warm the body and prevent illness. It is said that the gingerbread man is a representation of King Henry VIII of England, who popularized this idea. The stockings hanging from Christmas trees are ornaments that originate from the story of Saint Nicholas, the model for Santa Claus. In the 4th century, Saint Nicholas, who lived in Milan on the Italian peninsula, threw a gold coin through a window in the middle of the night to help a poor family. This coin fell into a stocking hanging over the fireplace, and before long, the legend began that if you leave a stocking out on Christmas night, Santa Claus will put a present in it, and it came to be used as a decoration on trees as well. White is incorporated using cotton and other materials to represent the snow falling on the tree. One theory about the origins of the sparkling illuminations that adorn trees is that in the 16th century, Martin Luther, a famous Protestant during the Protestant Reformation, was so impressed by the beauty of the starry sky visible through the branches of evergreen trees one starry night that he directed a decorated tree to be installed in his church. At that time, Luther used candles to represent stars as decorations, and this is thought to be the origin of the sparkling illuminations that adorn trees. Later, electric illuminations, which are less likely to cause fire, became popular in place of candles. This is said to have begun when inventor Thomas Edison attached electric lights to trees as part of a promotional campaign after developing the incandescent light bulb in 1880. It can be said that the beauty of Christmas trees also evolved with the invention and spread of electricity. Christmas wreaths are said to have three meanings. The first is eternal love. Because wreaths are shaped like a circle, they have no beginning or end, making them a symbol of eternity. In Europe, they are also used as good luck charms. This meaning of eternity, combined with the Christian concept of agape, God's love for people, came to mean a wish for eternal love from God. The second is a prayer for fertility and good harvests. Rather than being specifically about Christmas, this meaning has a greater connection to the fact that wreaths are displayed in winter. Evergreen trees, which remain green even in winter, represent bountiful crops, the red holly berries and apples represent the sun, and the pine cones and laurel leaves represent vitality, and they are imbued with prayers for the new year and the coming of spring. The third is as a talisman. The leaves of the evergreen holly tree are considered a source of vitality and were believed to protect one from evil. In addition, the leaves of evergreen trees themselves have antiseptic and antibacterial properties, so wreaths made with holly have become widely used as talismans. Finally, in Japan, Christmas decorations begin to go up in November and are taken down the day after Christmas on December 25th. In fact, in Christianity, the period from the Sunday 4 weeks before December 25th to December 24th, Christmas Eve, is known as the Advent season, a period of preparation until the coming of Christ, and many households begin decorating their Christmas trees on the first Sunday of Advent. The tree remains up throughout the year until Epiphany on January 6th. Epiphany is a Christian holiday that commemorates the visit of the infant Jesus by the three wise men from the East and his appearance in the world as the Son of God. It is held on January 6, 12 days after Christmas. In particular, Christmas wreaths seem to have come to be used for both the Nativity and New Year's celebrations. We have summarized some Christmas information that is probably little known to Japanese people.